The impact of coaching on me as a leader for my team, this really goes back to some of the first components, the first aspects of executive coaching, where you do a lot of self-assessment. And so for me, part of that self-assessment was a 360 review. And it was the first time in my career I had ever done one. I always felt like I was doing a good job as a manager, employees seemed generally happy, and that was really, I wanted to make sure there was career pathing and opportunities for growth, but once I kind of checked those boxes, I assumed I was done. And so the feedback loop was important and something that was missing for me professionally. And so as a result of the 360 review, I got a lot of really candid feedback on things that I was doing that were good and that were not so good, and employees felt safe on sort of sharing their thoughts around it. One example in particular, and it was something that I was doing somewhat subconsciously and I just didn't know it, is that because I'm busy most days and on calls and in meetings, I tend to have my door to my office closed most of the day. And so a common theme was, we'd love to see your door to your office open more often. That to us gives us the message that we can come in and when we have questions or comments or want to catch up. In terms of the impact of coaching on my relationship with the executive team, again, going through the 360 review process and soliciting feedback is an important first step. And you get very candid feedback on ideas, suggestions, what's working, what's not. Because we have a small executive team, it was easy to sort of identify which conversations I needed to have. And it was good. Frankly, I was really challenged on just some core functions of my role, kind of moving from this mindset of more of a sophisticated controller into a true CFO, focusing less on tactical day-to-day, more on strategy and driving value. That was probably the biggest change as it relates to my relationship with the executive team. In terms of my relationship with private equity sponsors, executive coaching really encouraged me to have more interaction and more conversations. My interaction with private equity sponsors up to that point in time had been more infrequent, more kind of quarterly check-ins, providing updates as requested, but there wasn't really an ongoing dialogue there. And so executive coaching really encouraged and challenged me, quite frankly, to break that cycle and to be able to have a direct line of communication with them, to be able to solicit feedback, share that information with our CEO and with the rest of the executive team as needed, but to have more of a direct contact, more of a direct relationship with them.